I didn't realize how big my hair looked until I turned on the camera. Hi and welcome to my first book haul of the year. There are a lot of proof copies. I'm very excited. I redid all of my shelves recently. I can't remember if I already mentioned that, but I now have a specific YA shelf, and on that shelf there's a spot for all the proofs, like books that haven't released yet this year, so I keep an eye on them and read as many as possible. I think I'm going to start with this one. It's a proof copy of Clean by Juno Dawson. This was waiting for me when I arrived home from holiday. Ooh, I hadn't seen these yet! This is the inside. Is it? It was shiny as well, I think. I've read a couple of Juno Dawson's books before, not all of them, but they're always like super readable, super pacey, and very often like terrifying and fun. It says that this is kind of a combination of Gossip Girl meets Girl Interrupted, but for a new generation. But a girl called Lexi who hits rock bottom and ends up in an island facility for troubled young people. Very intrigued. This is out in April this year. Then when I heard about the next book, I got super excited and requested a copy. When I landed in my mailbox, I knew it was going to be one that was going to move to the top of my to be read list. And it is Big Bones by Laura Dockrill. Now you might know that I really love Lorelei by Laura Dockrill, which is like a mermaid young adult book, but this is totally different. It is contemporary. If you've ever seen or met Laura Dockrill, you know she's like really vibrant, really energetic, really like powerful and really friendly as well. So I think this is what the final cover is going to look like, but the proof copy has all these adorable doodles around it. And it says, "Meet Bluebell, aka BB, aka Big Bones. She is the sassy 16-year-old star of This, her food diary / life story of one hot summer. Tuck in for best mates, belly laughs, boys, and the best big wool tart." I've already read a little bit of it and I'm very excited to see where this goes, because if there's one thing that Laura is great at and writing about is like being your unapologetic self. And then the last proof I received from Walker Books, and it is This Story is a Lie. No, that's not what it's called. That's what it says on the cover. It is called White Rabbit Red Wolf. And then that's the blurb. By Tom Pollock, who I haven't read anything from before, but it is about murder, maths, and the mind. I think it also covers mental health. Got a lot of interesting and different things going on in these three proof copies. And then there are two books that I got from work. They're both from Vintage. The first one is, oh, this is a proof copy as well, although it looks so gorgeous, you'd think it's a finished copy. It is The Gloaming by Kirsty Logan, who you might remember is the author of The Grace Keepers, which I haven't read yet, but this is one that I know Jen Campbell has been talking about as well. I really like the first two sentences, so I'll read this to you. "Mara's Island is one of stories and magic, but every story ends in the same way. She will finish her days on the cliff, turned to stone, and gazing out at the horizon like all the islanders before her." And then I've got some non-fiction. This is an author that I heard speak at the Penguin Conference, which is where every year you get like an amazing preview of the different books that are coming out throughout the year. And this is British. British. On race, identity, and belonging. You're British, your parents are British, you were raised in Britain, your partner, your children, and most of your friends are British. So why do people keep asking you where you're from? I don't think that one needs a lot of further explanation. Oh, by the way, I didn't mention this, but The Gloaming is out in April. And then finally, there is The Cruel Prince by Holly Black, which I was kindly sent by Hotkey as well. I remember in like a really, really old video, I read one of Holly Black's books. This was like 7 years ago or something, and I didn't enjoy it, but I haven't read any of her books since, so I'm really curious about the new one. I've heard incredible things about it. Quote from Lee Berdugo saying, "Lush, dangerous, a dark jewel of a book." Interesting when you open it as well. It opens with a beautiful map. It's really, really nicely hand-drawn. I just dropped the book on some kiwis. We're okay. I feel like I always have to hold the book really funny for you to be able to see it, but it's like these really nice illustrations around the first bit of the first chapter. It starts with saying that Jude and her sister see their parents murdered in front of them, and then three girls get abducted to the world of fairy. I'm not a huge fairy fan, but I'm really curious and I really want to check this out. So those were the books I got in January. As usual, links to all of them will be in the description below. That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Doei!